Every now and then, you gotta call out a dumbass, and while I've had my fair share of targets over the years, for one reason or another, the View's Sunny Hostin has escaped my wrath, and Lord knows, she's given us plenty of examples of her dumbassery. Point being, this woman said in public that the Democratic Party has moved more to the center and that Republicans are extremists. There's a reason she's a former lawyer, folks. Hey everybody, your resident man in black is back for another edition of the best kept secret in the conservative movement, things that need to be said. For MRC-TV, I'm Nick Kangadis. Really quick, I'd love it if all of you could head on over to Rumble and subscribe to our channel there. And no matter where you watch our videos, please share, like, and don't be afraid to leave a comment. I love to read what you guys have to say, and I couldn't do what I do without all of you. So now, on with the show. Those of you that know my work understand that I usually don't like talking about things that are mere distractions from what's actually going on. But sometimes you have to look stupid in the face and call it for what it is. Stupid. Stupidity has become such an epidemic that I've gotten to the point where if you're going to act or say something stupid without it being in a comedic fashion in one way or another, I'm gonna treat you like you're stupid.
Stupid.
Now, speaking of stupid, let's get to the Sunny Hostin clip that I spoke about at the top.
They are playing to the base. I mean, if you look at all the studies, the Republican Party has moved further to the right than Democrats have to the left. There's a Pew Research Center analysis that finds that on average, Democrats and Republicans are farther apart ideologically today than at any time in the past 50 years. And that ideological divide breaks down to the Republican Party being an extremist party and the Democratic Party actually, as you just mentioned, Sarah, moving more to the center. But isn't the...
Okay, so I found the Pew Research Center analysis that Hostin based her comments on. Her comments are easily debunked, and the most egregious of her disinformation-filled comments only took me like 10 minutes to prove wrong. Ready? Remember how the narrative that a "don't say gay" bill only proved that leftists couldn't read?
Don't say gay. Don't say.
Well, Hostin might need some glasses and some hooked-on phonics because she's apparently illiterate as well. For one, the study isn't based on the average American. The study took into account where politicians and party workers have aligned every 10 years from 1971-72 until 2021-22. Hostin made it seem like the analysis was based on regular civilian Republicans and Democrats when we know that's not the case. Plus, the political spectrum in the US has shifted dramatically in the last 50 years among us regular folk, but not in the way the Pew study found. I'll get to that shortly. So she's supposedly quoting this study, and the things she's saying should be able to be found in that same study, right? Well, let's hear part of what Hostin said again.
And that ideological divide breaks down to the Republican Party being an extremist party and the Democratic Party actually, as you just mentioned, Sarah, moving more to the center.
All right, so even though the cackling hens on The View routinely get things wrong, Hostin actually was wrong twice in one statement. First, she noted how the divide has increased because Republicans are now extremists. But not one time in the Pew Research study does the word extremist or extreme show up for either party. Second, she claimed that Democrats have, quote unquote, actually moved closer to the center. Now, as you can see from the graphs, while Pew only has them moving slightly, Democrats didn't move closer to the center. They actually moved more to the left in both houses of Congress. Okay, so now that we've confirmed that Hostin either can't read, is intentionally lying, or was too lazy to actually grasp the study, it can only be one of those three things. Let's look at some other studies that have gauged the political spectrum and how they've moved over the years. Here's a 2019 graph published by Gallup that charts Democrats' ideology from 2001 through 2018. Moderate and conservative Democrats, whatever that means, both became less moderate and conservative, while the percentage of liberal Democrats increased. In fact, the modern and conservative Dems dropped by a combined 13%, while liberal liberal Dems increased by 14%, indicating that the moderate and conservative Dems moved to the liberal Dem classification, meaning in the 17 years noted in the study, Democrats moved further left and not by some small percentage. Even Elon Musk got into the political spectrum debate and gave either his or someone he agreed with stance on the topic. As you can see, the primitive graph depicts centrists and conservatives as staying pretty much put in terms of their beliefs, while the left just kept moving further left, showing the center moved, and in turn, everything right of the left, which is now far left, is right. Right?
What the hell?
And here's just a little blurb from a 2019 New York Times article describing where they currently sit. Quote, "On several polarizing issues, Democrats are refusing to offer the reassurances to moderate opinion that they once did. They're not saying we will secure the border and insist on an orderly asylum process, but do it in a humane way. We will protect the right to abortion while working to make it less common. We will protect gun rights while setting sensible limits on them. The old rhetorical guardrails, trust us, there's a hard stop on how far left we'll go, are gone." Unquote. Now you get it. Sonny Hostin, along with the rest of the mother cluckers on The View, have shown their incompetence in getting even the simplest of things, reading, wrong. My point today isn't to prove to all of you where the political ideologies and those within them reside. That's not what matters here. What matters here is to show all of you, even though you're probably already well aware, that newsy programs like The View or just the news in general willingly lie to you because the average person isn't going to look up specific studies on topics that are clearly presented to be inflammatory and slanderous towards different groups of people. The biggest discriminators, bigots, racists, sexists, and phobes of all kinds reside firmly with the people who routinely lie to you, the establishment. So, what do all of you think out there? Did Sonny Hostin make a mistake, or was she lying? And were these things that needed to be said? Let me know in the comments, where I do read most and reply to some. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel on Rumble. If you like this video, don't forget to share, comment, and give it a thumbs up. Those are the best ways to help these videos reach more people, and it's the best way to let us know you want us to keep these videos coming. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so that YouTube might actually let you know when MRC-TV comes out with a new video if they haven't censored it or taken it down yet. Like us on Facebook and check out more of our work at MRCTV.org. For MRC-TV, I'm Nick Kangadis.